up, guys, and welcome back to Skins in the Game, episode number 58. We are now older than my dad. How's that make you feel?
Yeah, you're right. Because I won't be 58 for 2 more weeks.
Yep, so now we are officially older than dad. We've caught him. That's cool. Just
But
gonna
I
get
look better than I ever have. So what's not to like?
Yeah, you said before the show you were down under 210 pounds. Good for you.
I know. It's
Good
like
for you.
I'm in my fighting weight.
Fighting weight. There it is.
I'm not
Well,
sure who I'm ready to fight, but
I think it'll be actually a pretty decent show. So we're just going to break down the 90-man roster and the schedule, but not necessarily in that order. So we're just going to go through it, and we're going to do our record predictions of the season, and we're going to do a rose-colored glasses record prediction where we go through and I put out a
Wait.
poll.
Where's my rose color? Sorry, cut.
Yeah. I didn't tell you to buy those before?
I know.
No.
Tim, you love me. Put me on the hook. Go ahead.
So I put out a poll, and a lot of people were hating on me on the poll because the poll was ridiculous. I said, what would the Commanders' record be? 17-0, 16-1, 15-2, 14-3, or 13-4? And everybody's in the comments like max 11 wins, 8 wins, 9 wins. We're a 3-14 football team. I think you flipped all the records, blah, 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 all these things. And I just loved them all. I just hit love button because at the poll, I was curious what you guys would pick. And then that is the record that me and Dad are going to have to make happen. So the poll, over 200 of you voted. Thank you for voting. And the poll was overwhelmingly 13-4. So me and Dad are going to put our rose-colored glasses on and go through the schedule and decide how we are going to get to 13-4 at some point.
I'm thinking we need magnifying glasses.
It's fun. But first off, we're going to start with the dad joke of the week.
By the way, Dr. Pig, that's a really good comment.
Yeah. With the problem with the rose-colored glasses, Tim, is that all those red flags just look like flags.
That's good. All right. Dad joke of the week.
Yeah.
We all know Albert Einstein was a genius, but his brother Frank was a monster.
Middle name in.
Frank
Einstein instead of Frank
Einstein. All right, that's all I got.
That's all I got. That's actually as far
not
as
the worst one I've told.
Yeah, that actually might be somewhat decent on the level. I was looking for a meme specifically for the what do you got. I'm gonna keep looking. So what do you got today?
Well, and I always have two things. One, we have a alligator that's nearly 6 feet long living in one of the ponds on the golf course, and the guy I golf with, Mike, saw it the other day, and he said, I got near the edge of the pond and it went away, but it's like a 6-foot alligator. They're supposed to clear out any alligator that gets over 4 feet, and he said, I've called about this one, but apparently they're fine with it. But yeah, there's some alligators. We have a 2-footer on our property, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But my sports related, what do you got? And I'm not a big Eli Manning fan, as we've talked about. I think he's a Rex Grossman with a different last name.
Yep.
And a lot of people have argued with me. But Eli Manning's playoff career, when he won the Super Bowl twice, he was 8-0, of course. 1.88 TDs per game, quarter interception per game, so not a lot of interceptions, and 259 yards, which is nothing to write home about. In his non-Super Bowl playoff career, he was 0-4. He was 0-4. TDs per game, 3 quarters. Interceptions per game, 1 3/4, and yards per game, 185.
Wow. So outside of those 2 great years is what you're saying is that he sucked it up.
Yeah, and what's his name doesn't make that amazing catch. He doesn't even have 2 Super Bowls, but
David
The fourth
Tyree, yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually only third down, so we don't know what could have happened.
Oh, I thought it was fourth down.
I'm pretty sure it was just 3rd and 10.
Are you sure? Well, you might be right, but I thought it was fourth down. I
It
thought
was
it
a
was
big
like,
play, though. It was huge.
yeah. But I say he's the Rex Grossman of the Manning family.
The Rex Grossman of the Manning family. Found it. Yes, I found what I wanted to say. But no, I.
So what do you got?
What do I got? I got more NBA, and Luka Doncic was a man possessed. I know you don't watch any NBA. Okay, I understand. But the Mavericks are now in the Western Conference Finals. But to get there, they beat the Suns, who I believe was the 1 seed, actually, if I remember correctly.
Oh,
they were
nice.
really good. So they were supposed to go all the way, and they were in the finals last year, and they lost to the Bucks. So they thought, a lot of people thought maybe this was the year that they can get over the hump potentially. Well, Luka decided, yeah, that's not happening this year. And remember, the Suns were up 2-0 in the series at one point. CP3 also becomes the only player to blow 5-2-0 leads in his career. 5-2-0 leads. But this one comes with Luka, okay? This is what he did in this series alone. Over a course of 7-game series, Luka outscored the 4th place MVP Booker, who's a tremendous scorer, 218 to 164 for the series. He out-rebounded the Suns' big-time rebounder, a 7-footer, DeAndre Ayton, who averages over 10 rebounds a game, 69 to 57. He out-assisted the all-time great point guard CP3, 49 to 40. Oh, and he also had more steals than the Defensive Player of the Year runner-up, Mikal Bridges, for the Suns, 15 to 9.
Impressive.
All in one season, he outdid the entire Suns team. And then when they won the final Game 7, they were just blowing out the Suns. I think they ended up winning by like 50. And he is just laughing at them all game. The memes are everywhere. Like he was like, when you line up to do the free throws and line up the box out, there's a meme of him just looking at him, like just looking at the other team like, what are you gonna do? Like, he was just disrespectful. And then somebody else posted in the Discord that the Suns have a new owner, and somebody edited Wikipedia to say Luka Doncic is now the new owner of the Suns, which is actually pretty funny too. I can pull that up.
Well, let me just say I have one problem with what you said.
Okay.
They overcame two game deficits in a series of 7 games.
Yeah.
That's not possible. Because, and I get it, it's like you're up 2-0, and then they win a game, then you go up 3-1, and you're up 2-0 again. You didn't overcome 2-0 deficits. You won 1 game, and then they won 1 game. It's only 1 2-game deficit, and you cannot overcome 2 2-game deficits in a series, because otherwise you lose because they've won 4 games. That's all. That's my only.
Fair enough. But if I even said that, that was completely a misspeak, because I don't even know if they went up 3-1 or not. I just know it was a 2-0 deficit. That's all I know. I
thought you said they overcame. And look, I watched.
I think I just meant they overcame a 2-0 deficit. I may have misspoke, but anyway.
Because I watch hockey all the time, where they overcame or they lost 2 2-goal leads, and it's like they were up 2-0, the other team scored, then they go up 3-1, and then the other team ends up winning, and they call that overcoming 2 2-goal deficits. It's like, no,
you didn't. You would have to tie it at 2-2. Like if it was 2-0, then you would have to tie it to 2-2. The other team would have to go up 4-2, and then you'd have to tie it 4-4.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, but anyway,
I'm picking up what you're putting down for sure.
All right. So please proceed. I didn't mean to.
I was going to read through the comments a little bit here.
Oh, yes, please.
Programs. What's up, Bod? Tone. What's up, Tone? Hey, guys, I'm very hyped for this season. I hope we can win the NFC East. Well, the Eagles are definitely making some noise. They were the ones that signed James Bradbury, Dad, the one that got cut from the Giants because of a cap casualty. And he ends up signing a pretty cheap deal with the Eagles. They also got A.J. Brown now in a trade. The Eagles are looking pretty strong, if I'm being honest. But we're looking pretty strong.
I'm sorry, who's their quarterback right now?
Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Which
that's right.
He's the biggest question mark for that team for sure. But they built a team around him. They could be the next 49ers. I kind of compare them to the 49ers. They're going to be a run-heavy team, not the greatest quarterback with Jimmy Garoppolo, but smart coaching, which is unbelievable considering where that guy started. Nick Sirianni, his opening press conference was hilarious. But I grown to like him. Remember, I don't know if I think it was on this show that I said that after week 9, the Eagles were 3-6. I was like, look out for the Eagles. I think they're going to come back and make the playoffs. And sure enough, they did come back and make the playoffs. So they're an interestingly coached team. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting season.
And is it still Doug? What's their coach? Doug?
No, Nick Sirianni's the new coach. Doug Peterson's actually the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, our week 1 opponent. Oh. He's actually a coach over there now.
The last team to beat Carson Wentz and the Colts.
Yeah, and that's who they put us first.
I know.
What up, Elizabeth? Hey, I haven't been here for 2 weeks. How y'all doing? Not too bad. How are you doing, Dad?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Living large.
I'm hungry. Elizabeth was gonna make dinner, but these jokers went live. We go live every week at 7. You act like it's a big surprise. Come on, Bod.
Hey, pop a burrito in the microwave and be done with it.
Yeah. Pop a headphone in. Just listen to it.
Yeah.
You can cook and listen to us. It's not like we have to sit here at our computers. Do you? But no. Anyway. All right. So let's go ahead and just hop straight into the schedule. What do you think?
All right. Let me pull up the right window.
All right. We'll zoom it in here so we can all see it nice and good. But all right, yeah, here's the schedule. And a couple of early takeaways of this schedule that I actually think for the first time in a while, they were pretty nice to us in a lot of ways. First off, to start the year, we have home, away, home, away, home, away, home, away, home, away. I mean, that's awesome. We're taking turns. We're not having some crazy, we're going across the country and then we're going across the country again and then we're going to Europe or we're doing this, we're doing that. We have no European games, London games, or even we're not going down to Mexico either. So I think another team is doing that.
And we got a late bye week, which is
we did a
very
late
unusual.
bye week. Yep, exactly. That helps if you're getting ready for the playoffs for the final 4-game stretch. We're gonna try to get healthy down the stretch. What else did I notice about the schedule? They spread out the division games. The only weird one was this New York, where we have New York sandwiched between a bye week sandwich between the New York games. That was odd.
2 wins.
And then that was one of my only two complaints really, because the other one is a Monday night game at Philly, and then we have to go on the road the next week, which honestly is hardly a complaint. I really actually like our schedule a lot. Do you have anything else that is catching your eye? Because the one other thing I had was we also have 2 home games to finish the year. So if we are in a tight battle, hey, we got home field advantage.
No, I have zero problem with the schedule. I think it's very conducive to a successful season. What they do with it, I don't know, but I have zero concerns. And I will tell you right now, I know we're going to go through the play-by-play with the schedule.
Yeah.
The 2 games wrapped around the bye week are 2 wins. So just mark it in the book right now.
The 2 games we did sweep them last year, so why not back-to-back sweeps? I like it.
Daniel Jones does not scare me.
It's true. Can't believe y'all have the easiest schedule. Yeah, it is literally the easiest schedule based on last year's record and Vegas's projected records of the teams we're going to face. It's actually even easier.
And by the way, who has the 31st or the second easiest schedule?
The Cowboys.
The Cowboys.
Well, if you look at the projections, though, if Vegas projected of all the teams, they aren't quite as good, but it's still an easy schedule. But they have maybe the 26th easiest schedule or something like that. We have the easiest schedule based on last year and projections, which is pretty crazy. What's your Tim? What is your prediction? We're going to go through that. So we're going to do a legit prediction of the schedule of what we actually think, and then we're going to do one with the rose-colored glasses, where it will not that'll probably not be PG-13.
Okay, wait. Before you move on, I'm seeing the strength of schedule based on last year's winning percentage.
Yes, we're tied with Dallas, right?
Yes. So I thought you said they moved. I thought you were saying they were like the sixth.
No, that if based on Vegas's projection.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Of where the records are going to be this season of each team that you play, and then their record goes up a little bit. So the projections that they have is a little bit higher for the Cowboys than ours, but still our projections are pretty dang good. So yeah, this might be, but it's not necessarily a walk in the park. We do have the easiest schedule, but there is some tough games, and especially a tough stretch, which I guess this could be another complaint of San Francisco, Cleveland, and Dallas being the final 3 games. So hopefully we have some sort of a lead, because if we need to win 2 out of these 3 games, it's possible, but that's going to be a tall order. But anyway, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say I like Steely Dan's comment. That's Bodhisattva. I know he's played on the words, but that he thinks I found a drug dealer down here in Florida thinking we're going to sweep the Giants.
We swept the Giants last year, so I don't know why that would be an unbelievable thing. Dude, the Cowboys won the NFC East last year, man. The NFL wants the Cowboys to win. I don't know how they managed it, honestly. How is their schedule based on last year easier than the Giants and the Eagles?
Well,
you know what it is? I know what it is. It's because they have to play the Cowboys, who had a really good record. If you got rid of the division games, Cowboys have the quote-unquote hardest schedule if you got rid of the division games.
Yeah, and here's an honest question, maybe my ignorance, that the NFL rolls through, you play your division, obviously 2 games, then you played a certain other division in the NFC and then AFC, and they kind of rotate around. How is it that varies enough to where it's like if we're playing the AFC North and the NFC South or whatever, in addition to us, how is it that anybody in our division has a harder schedule than the other ones?
Because of the other 3 games. So there's 3 other games. It used to be just 2, because you had, let's say you were playing the NFC South, then you have, of course, the NFC East of the division. Then you play the team of the NFC North and the NFC West of which rank they were. So we were first place, we play the first place of the NFC West and the NFC North.
I gotcha. Okay.
If we were second, we would play the second, and then so on and so forth. And so
that's in reality, we're never going to be that far off, because we're only talking about 3. Okay. Gotcha.
And that's why if you look, I'm sure if you looked at the easiest schedule, Giants and Eagles are not that much farther up this board. They may be like 27 and 28 or something like that. I don't know if you
by the way, according to what I'm looking at, the NFC East has the last 4 easiest schedules, or the most.
Yep, so and that's because we're playing the AFC South, which the AFC South is definitely a mixed bag. You don't know what you're really going to get with the Titans, the Colts, the Jaguars, and the Texans. Anything could happen with those 3. And then also we're playing the Green Bay's division, which outside of Green Bay, Minnesota's usually like right around 500. Chicago's usually below, and then you know where Detroit usually is, fighting for the first pick overall. So that those 2 divisions are quote unquote easy to play. But I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting schedule here. What's it this season? The NFL catch a break. Yeah, that's true. Vegas knows how Cowboys fans are delusional and will still bet the over for total wins when they will adjust down. I'm sure they will bet the over. But all right, you ready to go through the schedule? We're gonna do the what we really think first.
However you want to do it.
All right. All right, we'll alternate who goes first. So we'll start with you, though. Jacksonville Jaguars, the week one opponent. We were curious if it was going to be the Eagles or the Giants or somebody. And the Eagles would have been interesting because Carson would be going back to the Eagles. But this NFL decided a whole different direction. How about the team that knocked Carson Wentz out of the playoffs? You got to play them again week one. Where do you see this matchup here against Jacksonville at home?
1-0. We win.
That's simple, huh?
Yep.
1-0?
I want to say decisively, but the Commander, I almost said the Redskins. Sorry, I'm not allowed to say that.
The Commanders don't do anything decisively. Right?
They don't do anything decisively, but they're 1-0 after this game.
I agree. And I'm happy actually to play Jacksonville this early. I think Jacksonville could be a team by week 9, week 10. They could be a really tough team to beat. They've added a ton of talent to that team. Trevor Lawrence going into his second season. There's actually a lot to like. And then they also have Doug Peterson, a Super Bowl winning head coach for the Eagles now. And they added Trey Walker. I think they added 2 really good linebackers in this draft with Devin Lloyd and Chad Muma, 2 guys I wanted the Skins to grab. So I like Jacksonville's projections. I just love that we're playing them week one before they really have a chance to figure it out. I like that. So I'm agreeing with you. 1-0 after.
All right, hold on. Let me gather myself. Tim agreed with me.
Yeah. Well, we may agree on this next one as long as you have it as an L. Just kidding. So the Detroit Lions, we have to go up to Detroit, and I see this also as another win. If we don't come out 2-0, there's some big problems here. And it better be because Trevor Lawrence decided he's going to be a real NFL quarterback that is going to be insane this year. But outside of that, if we just find a way to lose these 2 games, I'm pretty disappointed.
Yeah, I'm saying 2-0 as well. And what am I thinking? Because how often does that happen?
Yeah, when's the last time we started a year off 2-0? Somebody in the comments let me know. When is the last time the Skins started off 2-0? Let me know. All right, Philadelphia Eagles. So this one is at home. So Carson Wentz will not have to face his former team for the first time in Lincoln Memorial Stadium. He's got him here at FedEx Field. We're 2-0. It's tough to go 3-0 sometimes. What are we doing here against the Eagles?
Okay, well, first of all, you're assuming at this point that it's going to be Carson Wentz. Not sure of that. Might.
You think he's going to be hurt by then?
It's possible. Just saying. That's just an assumption. I'm not saying it's a bad assumption, but you just said Carson Wentz. Don't know. I'm just saying that was an assumption. Yeah. You might be absolutely right. I'm not arguing with you, but Carson Wentz might not be behind center. We might be talking about either Taylor Heineke or Sam Howell at this point, because
if Sam Howell's already playing by week 3, could you imagine? Oh my goodness.
I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just throwing out all options here.
Throwing out all options. Okay. Well, he's going to be here. That's why you bet on it. You bet that he's going to play over these games. Over 11 games.
I know. I'm just saying.
So Philadelphia.
Which is why I'm hedging my bet, because what the hell do I know?
We're going to beat the brakes off the Jags, according to Bod. Bod says, write it down. We lose to Detroit. All
right, make a note of that.
Yeah, mental note. I don't want to ever thinking about it again, to be honest with you. But okay, Detroit is a win for both of us. But the Philadelphia Eagles, what do you got?
And I don't want to sound like a homer, but I think Carson Wentz is going to have a little chip on his shoulder. I think we go 3-0.
3-0. I say we lose this week. I think we end up 2-1 after the first 3, and I'll be okay with that. I would love to beat the Eagles, but I feel like we have a terrible home crowd. A lot of times whoever the NFC East opponent is, they come in and they take the home one, and then we're more likely to win on the road. So I'm going to say we lose to Philadelphia here.
I'm not saying there won't be 60% Philadelphia Eagles fans in FedEx Field.
Maddie says the last time we started off 2-0 was in 1989. Is that right?
Really? Even with RG3, we didn't go 2-0?
I would be surprised if that's right there, Maddie.
Not arguing.
That would shock me. But I think we're going to be 1-2. But God, I would love for this to be better than that. The drugs must be good in Florida for J-Dubs. Now, the Eagles defense ain't no joke. Now, don't sleep on them. I'm not sleeping on the Eagles. So I think we're going to lose this one. So I think we're 2-1. And what were we going to say?
I was just going to say how jaded our fan base is that they're talking like this, and I can't argue with them.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, so I say 2-1. You say 3-0.
Yep.
Which is not actually as crazy as that may sound. Actually, I have to look up Panthers record by year. Somebody had said that, like, what's his name had a pretty good year in his third year. Ron Rivera. I think he started. When did Ron start? Does it say? Rivera. Okay, so he started in 2011. Oh, he was 12-4 in year 3.
Oh. So your 13-4 is not that far off.
Yeah, I guess so. We're going to figure that out. Interesting. Okay. So on to week number 4. I'm saying right now, after the 3 weeks, we're 2-1. We're going at Dallas. I say we upset Dallas at Dallas. We go 3-1 on the year. Dallas has definitely lost some pieces this offseason. They have not been very good without Amari Cooper specifically. I think they did add a receiver in this draft, but whoever they added, and they added Washington, I think, or somebody from the Steelers. So I don't think that they added enough to overcome the loss of Amari Cooper. And Dak's stats without Amari Cooper specifically drops dramatically. So the start of the year might be a little bumpy for Dallas. So I'm glad we have them within the first 4 weeks. And I'm going to say we upset Dallas and go to 3-1.
All right. Well, I'm the other way around. As much as I hate to say, I think we lose to Dallas, and we're 3-1.
Okay, so
we're not that far off, but
we're the same record, but we have 2 different losses against NFC East opponents. All right, fair enough. We're sitting here at 3-1. Now we're going to get Tennessee at home. Tennessee was the number 1 seed in the AFC last year. They kind of fell their way into that at 11-5, even without Derrick Henry. Now we're going to get Derrick Henry here maybe in week 5. Maybe he'll be healthy by then with the hurt foot, I believe they hurt. Tennessee, it's your turn up first. What do we got here?
I think we're 3-2.
3-2. Okay.
Try not to be a homer here. I'm
gonna agree. 3-2. I think I agree. I think this one's tough. I'm curious where our linebackers are going to be, because without having seriously good linebackers and have to go against Derrick Henry is definitely going to be a struggle. I don't know about our defensive line just being the sole factor of trying to stop that dude. So yeah, I think it's going to be a tough win, but I think we're going to lose. All
right, let's take a break here just for a second and look at the chat. Bod says we were 2-0 or weren't we 2-0 in 2007? I don't know.
We might. Here, I'm going to look this up. Chicago we're beating, so we're moving to 4-2 here.
Yeah, I agree. We're both at 4-2. Yep.
All right, I'm going to look up.
Redskins, man, we're going 17-0. What you mean?
You pessimistic son of a gun.
Yeah.
4-2. You guys are terrible. Why did you even predict that? Hold up. I'm looking up the schedule, and I'm just going to go through year by year here to see what happens. Okay. On to week number 7, Green Bay. So got Aaron Rodgers coming to town. We do have some tough games at home, though, at least to start. Tennessee, Green Bay, Vikings. Like, at least we have these teams at home, but we played them tough last year. We arguably could have been in contention to beat them, but it ended up falling apart. and we couldn't put it in the end zone. What are we doing this year?
I think we play Green Bay really, really tough, and I think we're going to be surprised with the win there. At home,
Ooh.
Green Bay. We've done it before with Aaron Rodgers. I think they play him tough, and I think we're 5-2. Am I right? 1, 2, 3.
So the last time we were 2-0 was in 2011. We beat the Giants and the Cardinals with guess who?
RG3, right?
Yeah, but it was the other RG3, Rex Grossman the
Oh.
third. We
The
won.
8 train. The 8 train.
Yeah. So we beat the Giants and we beat the Cardinals to go to 2-0 in 2011. And then what did we finish the year at? 5-11. Not very good.
Not too good.
That's what we finished as 5-11. We went on
He's not in jail, is he?
we went on a 6-game losing streak in the middle of the year. Finished with losing 4 out of our last 5. Tough. But we were 3-1 in the preseason. That's what matters, right?
Oh yeah.
So it
By the way,
upset
Joe
you over Green Bay.
By the way, Joe Gibbs' record in the preseason was horrendous, which I loved because he was like not showing them anything. Doesn't matter. I'm just letting all the guys go out there and play. So
yeah. All right, I got a loss here at Green Bay. We moved down to 4-3.
Okay.
4-3 here to Green Bay.
Are you?
But I'm going to pick the upset over the Colts. I think Carson Wentz comes back to the Colts and defeats them, and we move to 5-3 on the year.
Yeah. I feel really good about that game, but I kind of feel now that if I call the Skins and we're 6-2, that I'm being a homer. But I feel really good. I feel good about that game, but I'm going to just. What's that?
Bostic season. Oh, John Bostic, terrible. All I'm saying is our D-line is good enough to stop Henry, so I think we could stop him. We win. Thoughts on my opinion?
Look, I think Henry has lost his edge. He's not what he once was. Just my opinion. And he doesn't do. I know.
In the regular season, that dude's a dog.
Yeah.
If we faced him in the playoffs, yeah, he's not playoff Henry. But regular season Henry, no joke. He was the leader in rushing yards last year after 6 weeks and didn't get passed until like week 11. Like that's how many yards he was having or something crazy like that. Like he was averaging like 170 yards a game or something stupid. So, I think that it's going to be a tough one. But you said we won that game, right? Or we lost? You're now at 5-3?
No, that's what I was saying. I feel really good about the Indianapolis game, but I don't want to be a homer and be 6-2.
Say how you really feel. So you're 6-2. All right, no.
No.
Yeah, you do. I heard it here first.
Okay.
Don't be afraid.
Fine.
If you like the Colts game, then pick it. It's how you feel. You feel as 6-2. Hey, Ron Rivera was 12-4 in his 3rd season with Carolina. Why not here?
Okay.
Why not here? So I have us here at 5-3. You have us at 6-2. Now we're going to Minnesota. You're up first on this one. Kirk Cousins coming to town. When's the last time Kirk has come to town? Because last time we played them, I think it was on the road. This might be the first time Kirk has been here since he left. So Kirk's homecoming to Washington, the team that drafted him but didn't want to pay him, or he didn't want to be here, whatever you want to say. How does the homecoming for him work out?
See, this is what I'm saying. I think at this point, I think we're 6-3, but I think we beat Minnesota. So maybe we lose to Indianapolis because I don't see us at 7-2 at this point. So I think we're 6-3, but I don't think Minnesota beats us. That's where I was hesitant on the Indianapolis game.
All right, so you don't want 7-2, so you want 6-3.
Yeah.
So a loss at the Colts and a win at Minnesota. I say we beat Minnesota. I'm with you. I think we're 6-3. 6-3. We got there in different ways, but I think we're going to be 6-3 at this point, which is interesting here. And all right, so 6-3, Washington. Now we're going to go at Philadelphia, and this one I have as a win. I think we split with the Eagles, and I think we beat them on Monday night. Ron Rivera actually has a pretty good record on primetime games, and I think since he's been here, he might be undefeated on primetime games, if I remember correctly. I have to think about it. But we have a pretty good record on primetime games. I think we beat Philadelphia at Philly, and Carson gets his revenge on his second attempt, not his first attempt. What do you got?
All right. Well, I think they beat him again. I think they're 7-3. I think.
All right, 7-3.
We win both against Philly.
All right. Now at Houston. So back-to-back games on a short week, both on the road. Not that Philly's too far, though. That's only like a 2.5-hour drive up north. So it's not crazy. But all right. Back-to-back road games. What do we got here at Houston?
I think we lose to Houston.
You think the Houston Texans get the upset?
Yep.
Wow.
Because we're starting to feel good about ourselves, and we start to kind of sit back on our laurels, and they come in and surprise us. So we're 7-3?
7-4?
7-4. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have us losing to the Texans. I have us beating the Texans. That moves us to 8-3. And then I have us beating the Falcons at 9-3. And we're feeling good. Feeling great.
I feel 8-4. I mean, I agree we're going to beat the Falcons, so I have 8-4.
8-4. I'm up to 9-3, so I've overtaken you for the first time. Now we got New York Giants here. Sunday at the Giants. Sunday, December 4th.
Win all day long and twice on Sunday.
Win. I have a loss. I think this is going to be an upset division here game. It's going to be they're going to play us tough. I have a loss. So we're both now at 9-4. Then the bye week, and then I have us coming back and getting revenge right out of the gate on the bye week, and we beat the New York Giants.
I think we sweep them, so we're at the same record right now.
Both at 10-4. And now here's a tough stretch here. We got at San Francisco.
I think we lose that game.
You think we lose? All right.
I think, wait.
I agree. I think we lose this one too.
This is Shanahan, right?
Yes.
This is Kyle Shanahan. Yeah, I think Kyle Shanahan works us. As much as I hate to say it, it's a loss. So 10-5.
All right. I agree. 10-5. And then Cleveland, I have a loss here. I know it's at home and it sucks. January 1st, New Year's Day, we lose and we fall to 10-6.
Nope. I think we kick Cleveland's ass because they got what's his name now, right?
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. I think at this point, Cleveland is what Cleveland does.
All right, I have a loss sitting at 10-6, and then at the end of the year, I think we split with the Cowboys, and they take us out the final game, and I think we finish at 10-7.
Well, and I had to split the other way. I don't think we beat them twice. I had them, or wait, I called the loss.
You had the loss to Dallas, yeah, because you had us going 3-0.
So I agree. We're not they're not sweeping us. So we shocked them and beat them,
and moved to 11-6.
Yep.
Watson may not play this year. That's fine. I mean, even with Baker, I think this team is super strong. They added Amari Cooper. That defense is really dangerous. They still have the two-headed monster with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. They have a decent offensive line still, if I remember correctly. I think the Browns are still a strong team, even if Watson doesn't play.
Yeah, because he's still subject to what's his name? Yeah.
Roger Goodell.
I think, yeah, thank you. I think they're going to have to do what the NFL does and be like, oh, well, he was abused or assaulting women or whatever. Even though the legal system says there's nothing here, Roger Goodell is going to have to make a point of, well, you were in a bad situation, so you're going to have to be suspended X number of games. So, right?
Of course, right?
Lord God Roger Goodell, the king of the pocket yes men of the owners, he's got to come out there and be altruistic, and we're going to make a point to show women that we care about them and about the shield. So he's gonna get suspended some number of games. I don't know what it is yet.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Do you agree? Do you agree, or do you think he's going to skate?
Yeah, I could see a suspension coming because especially with the contract of how it worked, because he got like, or I don't know, maybe I can see them dragging this out and maybe making it some weird suspension later where then he actually loses money. Because right now, how his contract is set up is even if he gets suspended all year, he only loses $1 million.
Right.
Out of his massive contract because they made it this year only a $1 million cap hit, I think, or something crazy. Like he's only getting $1 million, which is why he picked Cleveland.
I just thought of a really bad joke. I probably shouldn't tell.
Uh-oh. You sound like you want to, though.
I know. I can't help myself. What happened when Ray Rice's dishwasher stopped working?
He beat her.
He knocked her out in an elevator.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He knocked her out in an elevator. Oh, jeez. Yep, we're canceled. End this stream immediately.
I didn't want to make it to 59. Sorry.
All right, so you have an 11-6 record. I have a 10-7 record. Another interesting thing about the schedule is they're only doing one preseason game, and it's at Baltimore. So, are you not paying for preseason this year?
Well, I'm not paying for anything anymore, but I know what you're saying. It used to be
2 preseason games.
I think they cut it down to 3 from 4 because they went to 17. So they must only have 1 home game. Oh, wait, that's at Baltimore.
Yeah. So no home games this year.
All right, that I find curious.
Yeah, isn't that weird? I don't get that one. Anyway, I'm happy that it's at Baltimore, though, because that's easy.
Hold on. According to what I'm seeing on this other thing I have, we play the Panthers, KC, Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
In preseason.
Which ones are at home?
Oh, it doesn't tell me that. I'm just, and I don't even know if this is accurate. I just have a different thing that says we played 3 preseason games. Baltimore
that makes more sense.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. I see it as a 9 or 10 win season, just because I think we will be let down by this team in some way and won't win the division, but be on the edge of the playoffs. Maybe. Hope Jacoby balls out if Watson gets suspended. Is Baker not going to be playing then? I mean, honestly, Jacoby Brissett might be even better than Baker as far as just a game manager, try to lead the team. That's actually not a bad – that might not even be a bad thing.
And look, I always like Baker Mayfield's commercials, so I thought they were funny, but I think he's done. For whatever reason, locker room or whatever, I think he's done in Cleveland. He will not see another snap there. That's my opinion. I just think I'm surprised because he always comes across as kind of a happy-go-lucky guy, but apparently he's a locker room cancer and they don't like him. I think he's done.
All right. So actually, we really only have time to go over the schedule with our rose-colored glasses.
Okay.
So we'll do a roster breakdown next week. That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
It's only 16 minutes left. So, all right. So, cool. You ready to put our rose-colored glasses on?
So we got to get to 13-4, right?
Yep, 13-4. And if you guys just tuned in, we are going to now go through this schedule. And I put up a poll. Where is it at? put up a poll of what will the Commanders' record be. 204 of you voted, and 75% of you picked 13-4. So we are
only because they couldn't go lower.
Probably only because they couldn't go lower. All right, and then the other thing is like 17-0 is the second. I was like, maybe I'll do the second, but I don't want to do 17-0 because that's boring. Because now we're just gonna pick every win. It's like, where does the losses come in? But then if I just pick 14-3 and 15-2, that's kind of arbitrary. So I'm just gonna go for it. We're just doing the 13-4. That's what you guys voted, and it is what it is. So now we're gonna go through the schedule.
Expert JK, I agree with you. That's what I was saying. I don't think he plays another down in Cleveland.
All right.
Okay.
This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
Oh, it's easy.
Easy money. All right. Here we go. Okay. All right, week 1, Jacksonville.
1-0.
Not like, I mean, this is going to be embarrassing for Jacksonville. They're probably going to have to go down to the XFL after this, okay? Because Carson Wentz to Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson, both of them are going to have 2 touchdowns each, okay? It's going to be a 4-touchdown day for Carson Wentz, and the defense is going to absolutely shut them down. Trevor Lawrence is going to be just all confused. Brandon Sheriff is going to allow 3 sacks in one game to Jonathan Allen. It's going to be one-on-one, back to practice, and we win this game 31-6.
By the way, we talked about this earlier. Cam Sims is going to be in the slot.
Oh, yes. Cam Sims in the slot. Maybe that'll come up in one of my other ones. All right, the Detroit Lions at Detroit, the Motor City. We go through and again obliterate. This is going to be looking like the 85 Bears with how good our defense is, combined with the 2007 Patriots offense. All right.
Oh my God, he's selling this way more than I am. I love your energy.
Randy Moss 2.0 without the height. All right, but he has the contested catch abilities. He's going to go for 3 more touchdowns in this game. He's going to start off the first 2 weeks with 5 touchdowns, and he's going to be put on the map to be one of the best receivers in this league because Carson Wentz knows how to throw the football, and we destroy the Lions 34-3.
Wow. I like the way you think. Keep going, brother.
All right, Eagles. This is the Carson Wentz
revenge game.
Carson Wentz revenge. We get him at home, and it's going to get nasty. Jalen Hurts is going to be sacked 7 times in this game. Count them, 7. I believe the last time we played the Eagles with Carson Wentz, he had like 6 sacks. We're going to get 7 this time. Chase Young's going to be all over him in the backfield. Jonathan Allen's going to get one. Deron Payne's going to get one. Ferdarian Mathis is going to get one.
All right, I feel like I should be jumping out in the aisle yelling hallelujah at this point.
This is a 3-0, and Jalen Hurts is going to put up 13 in this game, but we're going to put up 24, and we're going to put up 24-13 over the Philadelphia Eagles. On to Dallas. Who? Dallas. Dak Prescott throws 4 interceptions in this game, forgets how to hold the laces, all right? He's going to be throwing left-handed at some point. That's what it's going to look like. Will Jack's going to have 2 of them. He's never had 2 in a game, I don't think, in his career. He finds a way to get 2 this time. Of course, Kendall's going to get 1. Cam Curl's going to get the other. And it's going to be tipped. One's going to be tipped off of Jamin Davis's hands in coverage against.
Okay. All right.
What's his face?
Dallas plays good early. I think this happens in week 18, what you're saying, because they don't play well in December, January.
Week 18 is going to be take 2 of the same act. Okay, like we're just going to replay. You know, the little thing. Replay the act. Okay, that's what's going to happen week 18. A little foreshadowing here. Okay, we take care of business against Dallas. 4 interceptions for Dak Prescott, and it's going to get ugly. They will score some points because they have a decent offense. They'll get 17. We'll get 29, some weird missed PAT or something from Joey Sly. We're going to be mad about that, but it's all right because we're on to 4-0 for this team. Tennessee, this is where Dad is going to come back after this week and say, Tim, I told you Derrick Henry has lost a step. He ain't the guy anymore. Derrick Henry will end up with only 24 yards on the game on 20 carries.
Wow.
They're going to give it to him 20 times and only have 24 carries. Cole Holcomb is going to tackle him 17 out of the 20 times. Stuffed. Okay?
Preach, brother.
There is Ryan Tannehill is now going to have to be put in a situation where he's going to have to win. Treylon Burks, he can't even get through a training camp practice or whatever they are on, rookie mini camp. He can't even get through a practice. You think he's going to score against our defense? Absolutely not. This game is going to be they're going to have a turnover or two here. So it's probably going to be 24-9. All right. 24-9. All right. So now we're 5-0. The Bears, move on. We don't need to talk about them. Yeah, skip the Bears. Yeah, okay, Bears. Now we're on to Green Bay. Now this game is going to be tough for Aaron Rodgers. Okay, Aaron Rodgers is going to have to throw at least 5 touchdowns to even think about keeping up with our offense. And he does try his best, but we still win this game 38-35.
So at this point, we're 7-0.
Are you doubting me?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just clarifying.
All right.
Not
yes,
doubting.
we're 7-0 after we beat Green Bay, and I still know I have to get 4 losses in this game, or 4 losses here. I understand that. Okay, and here comes the loss. All right, we're gonna lose to Indianapolis at Indianapolis because Carson Wentz is going to roll an ankle and he's gonna miss a game, but we're not gonna be too sad about it. Okay, so we're not gonna have our starting quarterback Taylor Heineke. He's going to come in and do some decent things, but unfortunately, we're going to lose this one in a tough game where it's going to be tough to score because Taylor Heineke can't put the ball in the air like Carson could, and we lose this one 17-14, and this is where one of the losses comes in. Okay. On to Minnesota. Kirk Cousins coming to town, and just like he did in his final game here, he's going to throw a couple of picks to the Giants, but this time he's going to be to us. Kirk Cousins is going to forget how to hand the ball off. He's going to fumble it to Dalvin Cook one time. Jamin Davis recovers. Pitch play. Pitches it to Cameron Curl. Heisman over an offensive lineman. Touchdown. Defensive touchdown moves us to 31-13. We destroy and dismantle the Minnesota Vikings. All right. On to the Eagles. We beat the Eagles the first time, and we will beat them the second time. This time they're going to score a couple of more points, but Carson Wentz is back from his little rolled ankle from the Colts game. He didn't have to miss a lot of time, so he's back here, and he's going to beat the Eagles again.
So we're 9-1.
9-1, and what's going to be special in this game is that Brian Robinson, the third-round pick, is actually going to be the key to victory in this game. He is going to run for a total of 161 yards with 2 touchdowns on 32 carries. We feed the beast and just keep on rolling. And Brian Robinson becomes a guy that he's going to be the guy that everybody picks up on their fantasy the next week. All right. Everybody's going to have. By the way, it's going to be the biggest fantasy pickup for the week. Go ahead.
Okay. By the way, Bod, you realize Minnesota fans don't even want Kirk on their team.
Kirk is going to smash us, and we have to.
They are lobbying to have him traded because they don't like him.
That's hilarious. Okay, so now we beat the Eagles twice. Houston, Davis Mills. Oh, they fired their coach after one season. They're a mess. They don't know what they're doing. They can't even see. No, they have zero chance in this game. Just like the Bears, just move forward. I think Benjamin St-Juste is going to get a sack fumble on a corner blitz from the slot. I think we're gonna have a trick play where we bring in Cornelius Lucas and we're going to hand it off, and it's going to be a jump pass from Antonio Gibson to the lineman we brought in as an eligible receiver, and we're just going to embarrass the Houston Texans. We destroy them. Houston Texans gone. Atlanta.
So at Houston, we're 10-1.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Keep up.
I'm just following along.
All right.
I'm clarifying. You have to give the record. You're not saying this. You should say what record we have after
It's
each
obvious.
win.
We're just winning all the time, okay? We're 10-1. We're week 11. We're 10-1. Here we go. Atlanta Falcons. They're going to bring in Desmond Ridder because Marcus Mariota's trash, and Desmond Ridder is going to need a year before he's good, and Jarris is going to be upset about it, but we are going to be all over him, and we're going to hear Jarris's excuses all week. Oh, he had no offensive line. Oh, Drake London was hurt. He had nobody to throw to. The defense was terrible. We're going to hear all of the excuses from Jarris defending his boy Demo, as he calls him, Desmond Ridder, and it's going to be a bloodbath. Carson Wentz is going to go for a career-high 7 touchdowns in this game, 3 of them to Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin at this point by week 12 has 15 touchdowns, on pace to beat the record. And here we go on to the Giants. The Giants are going to be a clean sweep. Clean sweep, easy monies. Daniel Jones, he's going to have one run play, but this time at the end of the play, he's going to fall on his own and just fumble it out of nowhere. The ground can cause a fumble if nobody touches him. That's what's going to happen. He's just going to give it to us, plops up, and then Kendall Fuller is there, luckily, to scoop it up. Bobby McCain is also going to get 2 interceptions, just like he did the last game of the season last year. He's going to have 2 interceptions in these 2 weeks. I don't know how, so you can flip it around. Maybe 2 in one game, maybe 1 in one. We destroy the New York Giants twice in a row. And now the Cowboys sucked this year. The Eagles sucked. Everybody sucked. And we just punt the last 3 games, and that's how we end up at 13-4. We just say screw the last 4 games. We're sitting everybody against Dallas. We're laughing at them. We're bringing our benches out on the field. We're gonna bring our benches out on the field and sit on it. All right, that's how we're gonna beat this team, and that is how we end up at 13-4. So a 13-1 start, and then we just give up the last 3 weeks, just getting rested for the playoffs.
Okay. By the way, Bod, you're right. Kirk Cousins' stats are impressive.
Yeah.
He's the 12th, ranked no worse than the 12th ranked quarterback since his 3rd year. Okay, well, he's tied for the 8th highest paid quarterback in the league at $35 million. So if you want a bunch of regular season games and somebody that chokes in the playoffs, by all means, Minnesota, take him. But he's getting paid $35 million this year to choke in the playoffs. So good for him, because he's a stat guy. He is absolutely a stat guy.
All right. Was that fun?
It was.
Did that live up to the hype?
Oh, you were on a roll. I was just laying back on. Hey.
Oh man.
You were like you were a pastor on the pulpit in a Southern Baptist church.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Hey, well, our quarterback can choke in the playoffs, and we're not paying him $35 million a year. So, good for him.
How long you give it till Sam Howell starts? It's going to be 2 injuries that cause Sam Howell to start this year. And honestly, even then, he may not start. We may bring in another guy to start over him.
No, I actually disagree with that. I think Howell takes the backup quarterback position over Taylor Heineke, because Heineke might not be here, because Detroit might be interested, and there was one other team, can't think of it right now, but I don't think Taylor Heineke is going to last the season with the Redskins. I think somebody's going to pick him up kind of out of desperation, because the guy doesn't have the tools.
On a roll like a boulder down a mountain. That's right. Awesome. Well, all right. So I see that you're in a fight here over Kirk Cousins with our chatters. I like it.
Hey, well, I call him like a season.
Before we get out of here, I would like to say that I did start up membership for the channel for 99 cents a month. You become a member of the channel, and that's getting your skin in the game. That's what that level is called. Skin in the game. You get some skin in the game, and you put just for 99 cents, you get some skin in the game. There's some emojis in there. There's a going deep emoji. There's a what's up, guys emoji with a commander hat. There's a what's another one? There's a statistically speaking one, and then there's one other one. Oh, we ain't dead yet emoji. So you could use those in the chat if you become a member, as well as having a Tim Sports Talk logo next to your name in the chat. And then I have to figure out how it all works to get you guys some more perks and more stuff. But then also you can then be going deep level for $4.99, and then you can become a DeGoat for $9.99 if you were so kind. If you wanted to support the channel in that way, you could do that. Those are available. You just have to hit the join button below the video. Next, I believe it's next to subscribe. So it should be next to subscribe, but it's the join button, and you can join the channel as a member if you guys want to do that. There you go.
Well, there you go.
Any last things before we?
No, I think you covered them very well. Appreciate all the people that hung out with us tonight. I love the banter. Bod, love you as I always do. I'm going to argue because that's just what I do. So.
Just want to go to the playoffs in back-to-back years. Top 8 QB, getting top 8 money, not so bad in my opinion. Kirk's way overpaid, and he's not a top 8 QB in this league. Not even, like, I don't care what the stats say. He also has Justin Jefferson to throw to. He also has Adam Thielen. He had Stephon Diggs before that. He's got an incredible run game with Dalvin Cook. His tight ends have been solid over there as well. Yeah, like, no, have that kind of talent around you and just have to, and then you can just consistently get around 8 wins a season is definitely not top 8 quarterback. That's insane. There's no way you could say he's a top 8 quarterback. I think that's unbelievable. Honestly, I just completely disagree.
Tim took the baton from me. I just.
Yeah, well, he got me with that top 8 QB thing. No shot is he a top 8 QB. Like, look, no list has him as a top 8 quarterback.
He went to a team that made it to the NFC Championship and has only backpedaled since then. And I actually had a friend of mine say, well, Minnesota has a terrible offensive line. Kirk Cousins has no time to throw to anybody. And it's like, okay, I can't argue with you anymore. We should have kept Kirk, and we should have paid him $60 million a year because he might get us to the playoffs. I doubt it. But anyway, love you guys. Thanks for hanging out.
Yes, it's fun. Also, another announcement, I will have Pedro Smith and Juan Gotti on the channel together tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell for that. We'll go hang out with them, talk a little bit about this off season. We'll talk about the draft a little bit, I'm sure. We'll talk about the schedule. We'll just go ahead and just go through this Commanders off season and see what everybody thinks and have some lively discussion potentially. So if you want to come over there and support as well, do that. And yeah, do all the right things. Like it, share the video, subscribe to the channel, notification bell, all that good stuff. And you have anything, last things?
No, the last thing I want to respond to Bod is he may be, but we're not paying anybody here $35 million a year to play. So I know you're big. He might be better than anything we've had since, but he's not 35 million plus better.
I would take Alex Smith, a guy who actually wins games, doesn't need the big stats, but he does win, who had like an 11-5 record here as a starting quarterback, even with one leg. Like, I would take that over a guy that just absolutely flopped against that Giants team where we're winning, we're in. I know he has big stats and everything, and he's had some decent weapons over the years, believe it or not. I mean, even here he had Deshaun Jackson and Pierre Garçon, Jordan Reed, Chris Thompson out of the backfield. Like, he had a pretty good set of weapons around him to get that 4,900 yards and 29 touchdowns or whatever it was, 27 touchdowns. So he's
I just want to say, Bod, that's the biggest indictment on Kirk Cousins is your last comment. Till we have the guy, I'm going to miss the dude. Well, I thought you were saying he was the guy. And at $35 million, he better be. But anyway, I'm done. Love you, man. We'll talk.
All right, sounds good. And thanks for everybody in the chat. And until next time. See